Hey traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to today's report for the 11th of November. So we'll start with the New Zealand dollar. We had the Reserve Bank of New Zealand rates decision today. The rates came out as expected, stayed as expected. And we did have the statement from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, and it has given the NZDUSD a fair push higher, and this continues this really nice run we're seeing higher so far for the Kiwi to the USD. Now we did see that resistance level a few days ago get broken at 68.01, and we're seeing price at the moment continue to trade at new multi-week highs and new multi-month highs, and we are starting to get a little bit closer to this key resistance at 69.26 on the monthly, so that's definitely something to have a look at there. And on the monthly chart, we can see this V shape here, so it is starting to complete what I see as a V reversal, and we can see that move down here and that shape of the V, and we've had that pullback and a move higher, so that's quite good signs, and we'll just have to see if this can continue on. And we can see, sorry about that, we can see at this point here this trend line has been broken now quite convincingly after that pullback, which is another good sign. So we can see the break, the pullback, and the new leg higher that's currently underway. So just moving back to the daily, we did continue to monitor this and just see if we do have a new pullback. We'll be hoping to see that this area here comes in as support if we do see a move back to that area for our sellers. So, but for now, short term, medium term, and long term all continue higher for the Kiwi to the USD. And some of the comments that did give a bit of a boost were some positivity around the New Zealand economy, and that continues moving forward as the country moves out of, away from the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, also just quickly, the US dollar has had an interesting couple of days. We did see a very strong move lower by gold. Now, the Aussie dollar doesn't really reflect that strong move we did see on the dollar, especially to the Swiss franc. We are watching the Aussie dollar at this level now because it is back at resistance. So we'd like to see if buyers are able to break above that 0.7313 area. If not, if that will continue as resistance. So keep an eye on that going forward tonight. And the euro is high today. We did see a bit of a buckle after it did return to that resistance with a move lower. We do see support from that 1802 point, and we are seeing buying today. Now the pound is trading higher. We saw that very strong session yesterday, and just jumping over to the weekly, we are starting to get close back in on this pretty key resistance area up around the 3350 area. We'd like to see that broken to show that this current trend is going to continue higher and that buyers are still in control. And finally, now we're just going to touch on a couple of markets before we wrap up. With oil, it continues to trade higher today. It is early in the session, and we have seen, yesterday that break above resistance. So we're going to see if buyers can hold that break and push higher to get back up to and possibly test that 4350 resistance level. And if we are able to get up to there, a break of that will really start to open things up, and that would really start to show us that possibly this is a trend that's going to an uptrend. At the moment, it doesn't look very healthy. We did see that really long consolidation here, continued with a break lower that was rejected pretty sharply, and now we've seen this leg up. So one resistance point is down, and we're looking now to see if buyers can get back up to this second resistance point and break above it and continue higher, basically confirming that this price here is actually an uptrend. So we will keep an eye on that with interest going forward to see what happens there. Now, Bitcoin continues just to tread water. We did talk about this on Twitter on the 4 hour. We do have a bit of a pattern here. It's a descending triangle here, so we're going to keep an eye on that, see if buyers are able to continue higher. So we do still have moving averages moving higher, and we do have plenty of support down around that 15,189 area and just above. So the next thing now we really need to see is some real assertiveness from buyers, just to hold and then push higher, and then we'll see if we can get a test up around this resistance point and possibility of a break and continue on higher. So now at the moment, we're just going to finally finish a couple of stock indices. We're watching here on the German 30, there's a little bit of supply, and if you see here, there's more resistance and supply up at 13,267. That's the resistance level we'll be watching tonight. And down at 13,200, and we'll see if buyers can break above that. If they are able to, we'll see if this really long solid trend actually does confirm this lower high here, and if we do see further push down by sellers. So keep an eye on that as the London session comes online tonight. Now, there are a couple public bank holidays coming up. We have one for France, and we also have one in the US, so trade and volatility might be a little bit lower tonight. Markets might be a little bit thinner, and that can also make ranges and moves a little bit wider. So there's no key data coming out in tonight's session, so just they're the main levels we are keeping a look on at the moment. So until tomorrow's report, we wish you good trading for the rest of the session. I thank you for listening and watching, and till tomorrow, bye for now, and thanks.